Recorded Books presents Mr. Tucket by Gary Paulsen. Narrated by John Randolph Jones.
Chapter 1. Francis Alphonse Tucket came back to life slowly. He didn't open his eyes. He didn't want to open his eyes until he remembered everything that had happened. Yesterday had been Francis's 14th birthday, and he had celebrated it quietly. Usually his mother and father, and even his 9-year-old sister Rebecca, made a big thing of birthdays. They had friends in, and a giant cake cooked to perfection on his mother's huge wood-burning stove, and by 4 in the afternoon everybody was so full of homemade ice cream and cake they couldn't move. But that was how it had been on the farm in Missouri, where they had had the big house and barn. Yesterday they had celebrated Francis's birthday on the tailgate of a Conestoga wagon at the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. It was June 13th, 1848, a warm summer Tuesday in a new country, and they were with a wagon train on its way to Oregon. Francis, on awakening that morning, thought that even without any sort of birthday party, it would be his best birthday yet. How many boys of 14 had ever seen drawings of the Rockies, let alone the real thing? That was an adventure in itself, not to mention crossing the great Kansas plains and watching the train scout, Mr. Ballard, hunt buffalo for the wagon train. But then there had been a party, or at least a sort of party. As the wagons had squared away for the day's journey westward, Francis's mother called him from helping his father hitch some oxen to the yoke and tongue of the wagon. He went to the rear where she was, and there, sitting on the tailgate, was a cake. He had no idea how she had done it. Her stove was way back in Missouri, too heavy for the wagon, and he had not seen her doing anything special on the buffalo chip fire that morning. But there it was, a cake, and easily one of the nicest cakes he'd ever seen. "Happy 14th birthday, Alphonse," she said with a smile. She had always called him Alphonse. His father always called him Francis. For a long moment he didn't answer, just stood staring at the cake. Then he thanked her, knowing it would do no good to ask her how she'd done it. She would just answer, "Where there's a will, there's a way," as she always explained things that seemed impossible to Francis. "Would you like a piece now?" she asked. "Or would you rather wait until tonight? The train is going to stop early today. Mr. Ballard wants to check all—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?